I'm Victoria and I'm part of the mental health team here at Health Promo.
Hey, my name is Jacqueline and I'm also on the mental health team. Today we're going to talk to Mark Patton, a mental health and wellness counselor at U Ottawa, about coping with the end of term break. This year has truly been like no other. This term and our online classes have been so different. How do you think our holiday break will be similar or different from past years?
I think that it will be quite different than previous years. Many students who had planned to go home or travel will not be able to do so, and some will be quarantining in order to be able to spend time with loved ones. Some students are telling me that they will be spending the break in Ottawa for the first time ever, and for many students, this is a festive time that is typically spent with extended family and reconnecting with friends, and these students will likely be trying to make the best of having smaller gatherings or will only be able to connect with their loved ones virtually. So for most students, this end of term will certainly be different than expected.
What would you say to students who are feeling lonely and grieving losses in their lives due to the pandemic?
Loneliness is a normal human experience. The way I like to describe it is that loneliness is like a compass that points to the need for meaningful social connection. While it's important to seek out human connection to meet these needs where possible, it can also be helpful to acknowledge that some of our needs are likely to go unmet at this time and to recognize that we are not alone in this. This is really a shared human experience.
What role do you think expectations may play in how people cope with the break?
I think that this is a really crucial question. I think that it is important to keep expectations low. Feeling an internal pressure to be happy and festive or to make this end of term, the best experience ever can make us miserable. And these challenges to meet expectations may be compounded by other losses that we have experienced over the year. I would suggest that people try to let go of striving to make it, just like last year and focus on small moments of joy, which can be more fulfilling and take the pressure off.
Many people have noticed their alcohol or substance use consumption has increased since the beginning of March. What would you suggest to students who may seek out more alcohol or other substances to cope during the break?
While it is understandable that people would consider drinking or using more as a way of coping with these changes, doing so can compound feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and grief. It may be helpful to monitor consumption of substances. Some things like setting healthy limits and focusing on other ways of coping can assist in avoiding this problematic cycle. It may also be a good time to expand the coping strategies that you currently have by trying out some new ones.
With many things now being virtual, many students are spending more time than usual on their screens. Do you have recommendations about screen use over the holidays?
Yes, this is certainly true. And in addition, looking at social media can compound feelings of loneliness and grief. End of term break can be a good opportunity to reduce screen time, give your eyes and your brain a break. One of the best ways to reduce screen time is to come up with ideas about enjoyable ways to spend time that don't involve screens. So maybe this affords us an opportunity to reconnect to hobbies such as arts and crafts or making or listening to music. And it can also be helpful to notice how spending time on social media makes you feel, to decide if you want to adjust your use.
What are the main recommendations that you have for students coping with the end of term break?
My first recommendation is don't isolate. Just because you are likely to need to follow restrictions on social gatherings doesn't mean that you can't find ways to connect safely with friends and family. This might involve phone calls, texts, video chats, but it can also involve doing activities together, such as taking an online fitness class, having a virtual dance party, or movie watching evening. And if it's safe to do so, perhaps bundling up and meeting people you care about outdoors and from a distance. My second recommendation is to practice self-care. Often what we need most when we're going through stress and change is to engage in acts of kindness towards ourselves. This may involve fitness, meditation, pampering ourselves, ensuring that we have adequate sleep and healthy food. And then my third recommendation, which sort of ties into that, is compassionate self-talk. Being harsh or demanding by saying things to ourselves such as, what's wrong with you? Or my friends look like they're having a good time. Why can't I? These things can make it harder to cope. You'd likely never say these things to people you care about who are going through challenging times. So acknowledging your feelings and talking to and treating yourself as you would another person you care about can go a long way.
If I wanted to access support, where would you recommend I start?
Reach out for support. Crisis lines such as Good to Talk are there to support people who are struggling during the holidays. It's okay to reach out if you're having a hard day, and especially important if you're feeling suicidal or concerned about your alcohol or substance use. And you can visit our counseling services website to find out about other resources.
Thank you, Mark Patton, for taking the time to speak with us at Health Promo.
Remember that you can find more information on coping with the end of term break at uottawa.ca/wellness. Have a good day and enjoy your winter break.